Hello there, this is Sam with Glazzers.com, and today we're doing a video review of the Wallstreet optical frame. This is an extra large frame by Fatheadz Eyewear. This frame is an acetate frame, which means it's a particular kind of plastic that the material is molded together. Then the individual parts are cut out. So in other words, let's say this temple arm here, when they made it, they molded the material together, and then what they did was they cut it to the shape of this temple arm here, probably with a laser cutter, and then it gets smoothed and polished, and then it gets assembled with the rest of the frame, the face of the frame, and the other temple arm, and the result is a strong and lightweight and flexible frame, optical frame that lasts longer, and they're very good quality, will usually last you for years. Versus injection molded plastic, where they have a mold and they just take hot plastic and inject it like a hot plastic liquid into the mold. It's cheaper to make. As a result, they don't last as long. And usually you see those, like if you go to like your local optical chain store, that will have a special for like $99 prescription frames. That's usually what happens. That's usually the frame they give you. They give you the injection molded plastic, the cheaper frame, and what ends up happening is they usually don't last as long. So anyway, so this is an acetate frame, lasts longer. This is a full rim frame, as you can see. Has a bold look to it, and it's a hyperallergenic, which means that if you have allergies to eyeglasses, sometimes the materials in the eyeglasses will make people react negatively. These are hyperallergenic, so they won't affect you that way. They're very lightweight, so if sometimes having a big frame can be a concern. Having all that that material around your face, and then with the added weight of the lenses, sometimes it can make the frames a little heavy and then leave those marks. But these frames are already lightweight, and then if you add thin and light lenses to it, you really won't notice it. So this is having a lightweight frame is just awesome to have. And they are rectangular, as you can see. The frame width is 134 millimeters, which is about 5¼ inches. So that's the width from here. I'm going to take this ruler from here to there. And good rule of thumb, if you're not sure about the width of your frame or your face, if it'll match up, is just to take a ruler to your current frame or a current pair of sunglasses that you have and see if it measures up to about 5¼ inches if you're interested in a Wallstreet frame. And then the lens size is 58 millimeters. So the lens is actually talking about the lens width from the bridge, the inside of the bridge, to the outside, the outer lens. So that is 58 millimeters. Okay, that's definitely on the larger end. That is definitely an extra large frame, extra large lens, okay, for an extra large person. And it's a good fit for you if you're, you go to the optical store, and a lot of these frames, they're tight on you, they press on you on the sides. So that's a good measurement to look at, is the lens size, the lens width. And bridge size is 18 millimeters right here. So that gives you plenty of room for your big schnoz, if you have one, big schnoz. And temple arm. The temple arm is 150 millimeters. So that's the measurement from here to the end. I don't know if you could really see it, but it's right there. There we go. That, I don't know if you could see it. Unfortunately, I can't go up closer too much, but that's 150 millimeters. And that is definitely made for an extra large man. Or woman, maybe even. So next we have the lens height. Lens height is from here, from inside the frame to the bottom of the inside of the frame. That measures 32 millimeters. And just in case you're wondering, outside of frame from the top to the bottom is 37 millimeters. Okay, so that gives you plenty of room if you're if the width, I'm sorry, the depth of the frame is a concern. So that gives you plenty of field of vision. Gives you a good acuity. If you're still not sure about the size, like I mentioned, just take a ruler, and that will, you measure it against the frame that you have, or you can even just measure your face or have a friend do it, a buddy do it, and see what that measurement comes out to. If it comes out to about 5¼ inches, then you're in good shape for the Wallstreet. Obviously the frame is black, and this has a gloss finish, a real nice gloss finish. So a little bit shiny, but not too shiny, and it has a nice little Fatheadz logo. I'm going to try to zoom in, and hopefully you can see it. Hopefully it won't blur too much. So yeah, there you are. It's a little tough to see, unfortunately, but you can see it from this angle, from this distance. And then it includes dummy lenses if you're not ordering prescription lenses or reading lenses. It comes with that little logo there. Now, if you don't want the logo, sometimes customers want to just use a frame as a fashion statement. So what you do is, I have a video, and I'll include in the links. I'll include as a link in the notes down below in the description. There's a video on how to remove the logo, and it doesn't take too long. And then another nice feature about this frame is it has spring hinge temples. These spring hinge temples are great so that the frame doesn't stretch out over time. And what ends up happening is that if it gets stretched out, it ends up falling off your face and it drives you nuts. So these have spring hinge temples, which prevents that over time. And another nice thing about this frame, has a 1-year warranty against manufacturer defects. So let's say you put them on one day and all of a sudden, oops, the temple arm falls off. Then you are covered for 1 year. You'll get a brand new frame. I'm sorry, folks, if you run it over with a car, unfortunately that's not a manufacturer defect. And that's about it. Next I'm gonna try it on so that you can see what it looks like on a live person.